you look at them, Jefferson, just how good is he? What stands out about him?
Yeah, he's playing great. I know the record doesn't, show stuff, but I think their defense overall has actually been pretty solid. It's kind of similar to us, where the offense hasn't carried as much, but he's been great. He's playing. I've played him a few times in my career, but he's almost even taken a step this year of just his power and his speed, and I think his hand combination pass rushing. But no, he's playing great. He's definitely, the straw on their defense. So something we have to, focus on.
Does he go both sides?
Yeah, he plays the 3 technique most of the time, but he'll line up at the shade, he'll line up at the 5. In true pass situation, he kind of gets to pick where he wants to go, but he plays on the right and the left. So I think all the interior guys, there's been a few that he lines up on the outside. Everybody will get get their hands on him a little bit.
Kevin looked last week when he came in.
Yeah, it was really solid. I mean, he's a big dude. He moves people in the run game, and I think you saw that on a few of those runs. Like, there was some really good double teams and some movement. He's played a lot of football in this league, and he's been a starter his whole career. So I think him having a chance to go in there and just play and get his feet wet a little bit this year. He's been our big tight end a lot, but he did some good things at guard.
What was it like to see Sean McDonald practice yesterday?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I have my lockers next to him, so I've seen him for the last year and a little bit rehabbing every day. I mean, he's come in, he's put in work, he's done his due diligence. Like, I think the work has shown. So just taking that next step and being able to be on the practice field. I think for him probably it feels like he's part of the guys again as well. You get to go outside and be a part of it. So we were all pumped for him to just see him out there, and he picked the coldest day of the year to go out there, but it was cool to see him.
Bill, did you know that Coach Fancy was going to rotate 7 in, and how much of a transition for you having someone rotate in?
Yeah, we knew last week on Wednesday. We didn't know like exactly what they were going to rotate, but we knew him and Wyatt were going to rotate a little bit. I mean, for me, on the other side, not too much. I know probably Poe and Jack at the time. KT came in, probably, they were splitting reps during the week, so they obviously got some reps with them, during the week. So we had an understanding of what was happening. But like I said, like both of them were very professional. And both, I think, played really, really well last week. So it was a positive in that fact, and I think everybody kind of was. It was a smooth transition.
What does it kind of say about Wyatt? That obviously that's tough to hear that you're going to have to rotate, but he sort of embraced that. Helped him having to get ready and still doing his job. So.
Yeah, I mean, class act, professional. Like since he's been here, like I've probably played, more football games like on the offense with. Wyatt is probably the guy, right? Like, I've had a lot of games with that guy, and I tell people all the time, like, he's gonna come and work. He's gonna put the team first. He's gonna try his butt off. He's tough and competitive. All those things you want, and so to hear that news, obviously you're devastated and you want to make it work. He wasn't happy about it, but I think he came in and he helped Tev, and they were talking all week, and he worked, and I mean, both, like I said, both of them played great. I think Wyatt played, one of his better games in a while last week, and he was motivated. Obviously, he got banged up, but all that is just professionalism, what he's done, since he's been here.
Hey, it seems like Dylan Sampson is getting more involved the last couple of weeks. How have you seen him improve?
Yeah, he's been great. I remember the first game of the year, he had all those catches and was making those plays out of the backfield. And I think we all saw like his ability, and then we went through, a 6-game stretch where every run he had was like someone unblocked off the edge or something. It was never. I've been joking in the last 3 weeks. We finally, blocked some plays for him to make some big things. But I think when he, gets the ball and he has a little bit of space, like he makes big plays happen. In the passing game and the running game, we saw the screen a couple weeks ago. So it's great. He's a weapon for our offense.
Joel, there's not a starter on the offensive line this time beyond this year. How's that contributed to your future decision?
I don't think that has any place in my decision. I think it is unprecedented. Like, you could have a whole new lineup, if things fall the right way, or they can, re-sign some guys, or things happen. But for me, it's really just going to be, that's more of a personal decision on it. I think they'll figure out the guys if they need to go that route.
Does the fact that you're heading toward another losing season, does that affect your decision for next year?
Yeah, it all factors in. If if you're making a Super Bowl run every year, it might be easier to be like, hey, let's go one more. You know what I mean? Like we have a chance. Like I think you saw Kelsey at the end of his career in Philadelphia. Like they were fighting for Super Bowls. He had won a couple Super Bowls, but he wanted to try and get another one. And I think that's part of it. But there's so many factors, and I think first and foremost is just health and body and all that is the main contributor. But you obviously factor in all those different decisions.
How are you feeling this point?
Yeah, I mean it's week 14, right? Like there's going to be bumps and bruises, but I've we got a great staff here that has helped me this year, and we got some really individualized plans for me. So it's been positive, but I'm feeling as good as you can right now.
I don't know if you paid too much attention to the thing about rankings, both team-wide and individually, but you mentioned number 12 among NFL guards. Do you feel kind of that's an accurate portrayal of the type of season that you're having?
Yeah, I think as an offensive lineman, you want, like, it's just bred in us. You want team success. You want offensive success as much as possible. And you get coached and talking to the coaches and how they coach me. I think that's accurate. You know what I mean? I think there's been some really positive things that I've still done, but you just want success. Like, you want the team to do better. You want to win games. Like, you walk in the locker room after a win, and that's where all the work, pays off. And so that's always my first thought in those type of situations. You got David Joker, Justin Perez.
Their first working one, Ethan and Tommy just talked about how the defensive line studied or moved. So, like, what's the counter for that for you guys?
Yeah, we were short yards kind of expecting them to play their gaps, and that's why I think you see some of us firing off, and you're trying to get a yard, so you're fighting for every inch. Truthfully, like, there's other plays we can run in those situations where you're not as, like, forward and wedging, but also you can be a little bit more in control as a player as well, and ready to expect that. But I think we'll correct those mistakes and be ready to roll once we get some short yards opportunities this week.
You guys relish those? Like when Kevin's going through the field, this is big postpone, it goes down like that, chase us down the field, like especially off the relish that opportunity.
Yeah, we anytime you get a chance where it's like, hey, we're running the ball, we're trying to get a yard, like, that's our time to shine, and so we want to make those plays happen. And in that game, they're big moments. Like, those two plays are huge moments, and we've been pretty successful. Like, I think our other short yards this year has been pretty successful, and it was unfortunate we didn't make those work this week. Yeah, he had, that one drive where we were running the ball, I think we had 8 or 9 straight runs, and then he threw that ball to Fannin. I think that was a big time play. Like, you have your chance, you've been running the ball, you take a shot, and he stepped up and made those plays. I think he was taking the easy stuff. We had a lot of screen. It was, windy and stuff. We had a lot of screens and short yardage plays that he was executing. I mean, his huddle presence, his ability to, call the plays and get us on the same page, I think has improved over the last couple of years. So I think last couple of weeks. So it's been really good.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, we got Grant Delpit. Hopefully we ain't got to wait too long. And then we have linebacker Carson Schwesinger. There's a viral clip of the offensive line on that 4th and 1 where the right side guard and G-Bitonio, who we just heard from, did a horrible job and blocking. It looked like they both dove. All over social media, they want to spin it as they was trying to sabotage Shedeur. I don't think that's the case. It was just very poor blocking technique. And they just played horrible last week. Special teams played horrible. In the loss against the 49ers, the run blocking on 4th and 1 was horrible. Hey, we all make mistakes. We live and we learn. If you don't know, Grant Delpit, safety for the Cleveland Browns, was nominated as a candidate for Walter Payton Man of the Year for his charity contributions up there in the community. So that's a very, very prestigious, high honor. I saw that, I was on the road, I saw that social media clip show up on, I believe it was on X where I first saw it. His mother and his sister came in, surprised him. There was a media clip where she made the announcement. It was in the beginning of their team meeting, and he heard his mother's voice on the speaker in the room, and he was just shocked by it. And she made the announcement that he has been nominated as one of the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominees. So you're actually able to go to Cleveland Browns website, and they have the Man of the Year vote. All those that have been selected for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, you're actually able to go in and make your vote for the player on whatever team that they're on. They got nominated for their charitable contributions in their community with their team. But there's the Man of the Hour, Walter Payton nominee Man of the Year. It's better to give than receive.
All right, let me start by saying thank you to the Browns organization. I appreciate everybody who's helped me get this award, man, and all the events that I put on. It's not just me, it's everybody behind the scenes coming under the same roof, and it's cool. And everybody comes to the same table under a common goal, just whether that be for holidays, giveaways, back to school, anything. Really just give back to the community in general is real important to me. Having the platform that we have, I think that's the main point of it all. Like, what's the point of the platform without, actually using it for, the greater good. So, with that,
How much is your own personal background and history, how much has it sort of shaped the way you sort of approach the off the field, what you do off the field to give back?
Yeah, I think just the communities that shaped me, like New Orleans, Houston, and Cleveland, even that, just, growing up in New Orleans, it wasn't a lot of, I feel like community events and stuff like that I went to, but then with Katrina, everybody helping, coming back and help out. Even in Houston, growing up in Houston, I remember going to like sports stores like Academy, and they'll have Texas players there doing signings and stuff like that. So it was always cool, kind of in the back of my mind, to be able to do that when I got to that level. So and now that we're here, year 6, I've been singing this award for the past couple years. And I always thought it was a cool thing, so now it's really a blessing to be able to be in them shoes.
How cool is it to have your family?
Yeah.
We saw that video.
Yeah, they did. They surprised me. They kept it a secret. I think my mom's flight got delayed. They probably landed at like midnight or something like that, and she was like, I don't know, I couldn't miss this flight. I'm like, what? It was a Saturday, so I'm like, the game on Sunday, like, why? She's like, I just wasn't missing this flight. Asking me what time I'm leaving in the morning and stuff like that. So I should have knew something was up, but they kept it a secret.
Is it helped? I mean, this is year 6 here for you now, like, as you've gotten, established here, to really take more of that leadership role with your community work and stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen guys do it before me, Joe, Miles, Denzel last year, right? So those guys have done it before me, and they've done a great job of it. And now, just try to continue that, and just showing other guys on the team that it's the right thing to do, man, giving back, and it's the cool thing to do. Yeah. Clevelanders, man, I can't say enough good things about y'all. They show up to everything that we do and they welcome me with open arms. They're always supportive, always grateful, and just having a good time, really. So, that's the part of the reason why I love doing community events, because I know it's going to be a good time.
Can you think of anything, Grant, any specific incident with, like, some kids that you reached out to or made contact with during your time helping the community?
Well, I would say specifically one person, just because I tend to do a lot of holiday events and back to school stuff in general. So, but at the end of the day, like everybody has their own story, and I try to learn as much as I can about these kids and people who, I'm doing work for or events, communities that I'm visiting. So, try to rope all that in with each other.
Is there one of the events or causes that really means the most to you?
Events or causes with like,
I mean, I know you do the Christmas.
Yeah.
We talked about that before. Like, do you have a favorite? Like one that, not the one, there's one, maybe the first one you did.
I mean, hey, it's holiday season right now. I think everybody loves Christmas, so I think that's a safe bet to say. With my event this year is on Christmas Day, actually. So gonna spend Christmas Day with the people, man. It's gonna be a fun one.
How much has your mom really been influential in this? Because I know you talked about her wanting to make sure you're well-rounded and with your education and stuff, but the giving back, how influential has she been?
Yeah, no, I embrace having a very supportive mom. I think that I don't take that for granted. Because I know everybody don't have that situation, but she's great. She's very involved in my off the field stuff. So, I think that having a strong support system, it starts at the top with your mom, parents, my dad too, and everybody who really, just wants to see the good in others, man, and it's good that they instill that in their kids, and I'll do the same with my kids when I have kids. So she's definitely set the right example.
Being mentioned the same breath as one of the all the guys that have won for all the primary school forward. How surreal is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta do my homework on everything that he's done, but of course, off the top of my head, it's an extreme honor. Just being associated with him, like you said, and being able to continue the cause that the guys before me have started already. So that's all it's about.
Can we switch this?
Let's switch this up.
To football here. The punt return, punt coverage.
Let's switch the subject.
So there's been a few this year.
Yeah.
Last week, and you got a tough return. What can you guys do to get better there?
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot to do with just, it could be complicated, but it could be simple at the same time. I feel like, guys, I think we're too focused on sometimes of getting in the right lane instead of just getting to the ball, that type of stuff. So I think we got that cleaned up. But, we just can't have any more. It's putting our defense in a bad spot too many times, and we can't win with that. So.
You got a quite role with being a full-time safety in the role of the punt returner. You studied the opponent's punt returner. This guy DK.
Yeah. We know he's obviously, a good returner, very good speed. Ricky, he put the ball on the ground last week, but he's been pretty ball secure all season. So we know he likes to test our edges. He'll get upfield. He's a pretty good returner all around. So.
We see that we watch Cam.
Yeah. Listen, I see a quarterback that got all the tangibles. He got a strong arm. He throws the deep ball pretty well. He's been under pressure. 48 sacks is a lot of sacks. So, some poor decisions in there. But, they're struggling as a whole. So, they're trying to figure it out just like we are. So, we're gonna try to continue that disruption of the pocket and stuff like that. We got a monster D-line, so we're just playing behind them at the end of the day. And, we're looking to dominate anybody, whether it be a rookie or a vet. So.
Speaking of sacks, what are your emotions, maybe thoughts on Miles closer and closer breaking that sack record, maybe this weekend?
Yeah, I think that's amazing, man. I think the closer he gets, man, I might hold him up and let him get one. So if y'all see me hold him up and let go, just know I'm just pointing to Miles and say that's his, because that doesn't happen too often. I really want to see him break it as soon as possible so we can get it out the way. But you know, what a legend, man. What a legend.
Obviously, this season, wins and losses hasn't gone the way you guys wanted, but you know the fact that the defense is playing so well, that Miles is chasing this, that he's defensive player of the month, that Carson is rookie of the month. Like,
Yeah.
does that still give you guys some pride as a defense?
Yeah.
How well you're playing?
Yeah, I think, you know, this game, it's not gonna be a lot of people watching this game. Let's keep it honest. It's two teams that, you know, we have like 4 combined wins overall, but we're gonna really see who loves to this game. We're gonna see who loves football. I think that from a defensive standpoint, we're gonna, you know, set that off as we do. We're looking to dominate every snap, and we got guys that's been doing that all year. Carson, man, what can I say about him? Like playing at an incredible level. Like, you know, y'all gonna talk to him next, but I probably say too many good things about him. So I'm gonna go back on to Miles and just us at the 3 level with Denzel, us setting the tempo. I think that, you know, that's all we can do is continue to play. Good. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, last one supposed to be speaking is Presser S-Delpit, rookie, starting middle linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. He's been balling out this year. That Clay Mathis look from the University of UCLA.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you get anything for that?
I have no idea.
What kind of an honor is it to be recognized like that?
Yeah, it's a great honor, and you know, I'm thankful for it, and just, you know, it shows the work that I put in. But I think there's a lot of guys on that defense that are worthy of all sorts of awards. I mean, we got Mace playing up there too, who's just been getting better every week, and you know, I think as a defense we're playing great.
Carson, the fact that you get that, Miles gets defensive player of the month, he's chasing the sack title. Like, I know the wins and losses haven't been what you guys wanted, but some of these performances you guys are having on defense, like, how much pride do you guys still take in that as a group?
I think as a defense, every time we take the field, you know, we take it with pride, and you know, our goal is to, you know, earn and gain respect when we're out there from you know, everybody. And I think that's something we've continued to do. You mentioned with Miles. I mean, you know, what he's been able to do is not normal, but we're almost just used to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow broke the record the next game, which would be, you know, another 5-sack game or whatever. But yeah.
So this is your first year, obviously, playing here. So I just wanted to know what you're feeling now that you've almost gone through the season. You're feeling from Team Schultz.
I love playing his defense. I love playing for him. Just being able as a linebacker to attack, and then you know, I think just the not simplicity, but just being able to make it so that we all know what we're supposed to do and know what we're doing, and it allows us to play fast. And I think that's something that, you know, really allows us to go out there and make plays.
Carson, did you?
What do you bring to the table? What do you guys think about?
Yeah, obviously, you know, he was the #1 pick in the draft, so you have respect for him in that manner, and you know, he's somebody who can create plays within the pocket or out of the pocket. So just making sure you stay on your assignment and have the right eyes and things like that as the play progresses.
Do you remember playing against him at all when he was at Washington State and you were used to play?
I remember watching it. I didn't get in the game at all, but
But like, I mean, what was sort of the scouting report during the week? You know,
that's a good question. I was usually in the scout defense meetings over there, you know, learning how to play their defense for our offense. But I mean, I think it's a lot of the same. Just being able to, you know, be assignment sound when he starts to create.
Carson, you started to talk about this with Miles before, but how bizarre is it that you can look at this week and say, hey, you know, he can just get 3.5 sacks and it feels normal?
Yeah, it's bizarre, but I mean, it's also just normal. I think it's something we've just come accustomed to, which is crazy. I mean, it's a generational talent that we're able to watch, and being able to take the field with him is pretty special.
Are you on the punt coverage?
No.
Carson, when Miles made that sack last year, he took that giant step inside to beat both guys. Like, what goes through your head? I don't know if you see it live or when you're watching that film. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think what goes through everybody's head, and it's just kind of, you know, there's not really words for it. You just have to sit there and tip your cap, you know, have some respect for it. Thank you.
All right, Joe, that was Carson Schwesinger. If you're just dropping in here, if you don't know who Carson Schwesinger is, he was he is, should I say, the rookie linebacker that's starting for the Cleveland Browns. He got nominated for Rookie of the Week. He's also one of the leading candidates for Rookie of the Year. And there's a strong possibility that he will make the NFL All-Pro team. So I typically like to drop my little comments at the end of these when I drop these press conferences and my thoughts. I'm Randy Prentice, the host of Premier Sports Talk. Thank you all who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you for being a blessing to the channel. The only ask is that if this is your first time watching, if you do like the content that I drop on Premier Sports Talk, whether it be a short feed or a live video drop, whether you're just hearing my voice behind the scene or you see me come on live with somebody, I'll be doing a lot of collaborations coming up with 2 other big time sports channels on YouTube. One is locked in, trying to lock in the details for the second one. I'm really looking forward to that. But I just want to tell you, thank you. Cannot express gratitude enough for you all supporting Premier Sports Talk. We had Grant Delpit speak also. He has been nominated for one of the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year candidates. Very prestigious award for Grant Delpit, the safety for the Cleveland Browns. He's been balling out this year. He'll probably make the All-Pro team also. And then we had G-Bitonio, number 75. He's on the thumbnail. G-Bitonio, number 75. There is a live video feed going around on the 4th and 1 play where G-Bitonio is the left guard. And then there's another guard on the right-hand side. First, they showed a guard on the right-hand side. It was a 4th and 1. Keyshawn Jenkins got stopped on that play. That was actually when Kevin Stefanski made a crazy call. 4th and 1 on the 33-yard line on their side, went for it, and they got stopped. But it's blowing up because there was a film review and a YouTube content creator posted the clip. Is going viral everywhere where not only the right guard did a dive and missed the block, G-Bitonio, seasoned vet, he's probably retiring after this year, attempted the same blocking technique and fell on his face, and Keyshawn Jenkins got hit in the background, and that was a major turnover. He spoke on that. He said they learned from that, that situation on that play. They're going to change their blocking scheme because they know that in that particular situation they went the wrong technique. So I was glad that G-Bitonio, number 75, the left guard, that spoke on that to try to douse the fire, because everybody's trying to say that when that viral got pressed out that the offensive line's trying to sabotage ShedeurSanders and not block him for him. But it was clearly, I don't know if you've seen that social media clip where both the left guard and the right guard dove at the defensive lineman's legs on that 4th and 1, and both fell dead smack on their face. So I'm glad he spoke on that. So let me know your thoughts. We got Cam Ward, the number 1 NFL draft pick, going against ShedeurSanders. They're both competitive. They're very close friends. They were both interviewed yesterday. I already dropped that short video live content feed of both of their interviews. They basically said they haven't talked to each other since the season started, but I find it ironic that they both said the same identical response. The same identical response for the other player. Hey, it is what it is. Titans against the Browns, I'm looking forward to watching the game just to see those two young men play. I want to see them both succeed. But with me being a big-time ShedeurSanders supporter, I would like for the team to let the shackles off his wrists and let him throw the ball more often and see how this game go. Who y'all think is going to win, the Titans or the Browns? Who you think is going to have a better game, Cam Ward or ShedeurSanders? And most importantly, thank you all for supporting and blessing the channel Premier Sports Talk. I'm your host, Randy Prentice, and may you have a blessed day. Oh, and bless somebody else. Be a blessing to somebody else. It's better to give than receive.